Hello, friends. This is this is our third meetup for 3CO, and that token that we're talking about is going to be minted here very shortly. And joined with me today is Mrs. Yonks, my superpower, and also Chuck D. Welcome, both of you. I met Chuck at the Crypto Rado meetup just a couple days ago here at Seedstock Brewery. It was a great time, so welcome both of you. And I'm going to just hop in. This is our Notion page where we utilize for Triple Win Foundation, and 3CO is a meetup within the Triple Win Foundation, the 3-Win DAO. And here is our event for today. And today we're going to be doing a token launch. We're actually going to be minting this social token, and we're going to be DAOifying this meetup.com group. And for those that may or may not be familiar, a DAO is a decentralized autonomous organization. Myself and a lot of other people believe that 2022, there's going to be a lot of conversations about DAOs, and we're going to be leading that conversational aspect. Mrs. Yonks and I, Tyler, we absolutely love this aspect and excited to share what we're learning, but learn here together too. And this will be the first time that we're actually doing a tokenized meetup group. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and close this window and try to keep some of the window sprawl. So this again is our video here for today. And that's one of the things that we do is that we live stream. And this is our sister channel, the DAO Hack. And I just created a YouTube playlist right here of this, and I'll share this on the right here. Let me go to the YouTube channel, and I'll pin this link here so that it'll be easy for anybody that's interested in 3CO to find this. So here's the playlist for the 3CO meetup groups. And if we decide, we can potentially do our own channel, but the DAO Hack is a sister channel, and it may make sense for us to leverage that. But that's something that we'll talk more about another day, because we've got a lot of things that we're wanting to get done here today and not a lot of time. So one of the things that we're going to do, I don't think that I've done this yet, and let me actually go in. So one of the components, and I should have probably provided, let me actually do that real quick, because I've got a video on the DAO Hack that talks about how to launch a Wyoming DAO LLC in 4 steps. And I'm actually going to share this here because we're not going to be going through all the steps here today, but it is still a great video. And let me, I might think well, anyway, I'll do that later. If you could do that, Tyler, that would be great. There's that link for that. And there's also the tweet that I sent out that breaks that down. And let me open that in another tab. These 4 steps. So obtain an ENS domain. And I'll actually leave this up as for a reference. So we already have an ENS domain, and that's actually one of the things that we're going to do that's a little differently, because we're going to be using a subdomain, because this is a sub DAO of 3-Win DAO. And not going to go into detail what that means here today. I think we have another video on that playlist that I've got pinned here right now. So let's go ahead and, oh, this is one of the things too that I was wanting to show. Here is a POAP. One of the fun things that we do, I was talking to Chuck a little bit about this before we went live. This is one of the things that's fun, part of the crypto culture, specifically the Web3 and the DAO crypto culture, is POAPs stand for Proof of Attendance Protocol. And here it's basically an NFT that represents participating in a various things. So you can see a couple yin yang ones. This is a book club that we run. That's one of the other recurring meetups that have here within this 3CO group. And here's the one that we obtained on our very first IRL meetup. And this was Mrs. Yonks and I hanging out over at Breckenridge Brewery, doing some mastermind, enjoying some Colorado craft beer. a couple Sundays ago here earlier this month, I guess 20 days ago now, since it's the 26th today. So we'll be creating one of these to represent participation here today. So anyway, let's go ahead and hop right into it, going down this list. So again, ENS domain, that's something that I would recommend anybody that is really wanting to learn more or really delve it more into the Web3 and DAO ecosystem. Like I've got yonks.eth, and you can see here that's part of our personal branding strategy. Mrs. Yonks has mrsyonks.eth. Not too creative, but it is very effective. So what we're going to do though, again, this is something we're going to get a little additional exposure. So Gnosis Safe is the most trusted multi-sig wallet that exists in the space. So we have with Triple Win Foundation, that's where the ENS domain 3win.eth sits. And as you can see, this is the link, and I can actually just provide, I'll provide that in the Zoom chat. And if somebody wants to share that on the YouTube, I don't know, let me just do that real quick, because it might not go through unless you're on the brand channel here, just so that everybody's got that in the replay. So this is the Gnosis Safe that we have set up on Ethereum mainnet, and we also have one on Polygon as well right here, and I'll show you that momentarily. But this is again safe.3win.eth, and we're going to be setting up 3CO, a subdomain, and that's one of the steps that we need here to do. So let me link that right there's the link. There's that's the 3win Gnosis Safe. So, and one of the things, if you want to experiment, you can very easily create with two different wallets, you and a friend, or you and wallet A and wallet B. On Polygon, Polygon is one of the L2 chains that we like conducting a lot of activities, and that's something, again, and you can see we've got multiple safes on Ethereum and Polygon that I am a multi-sig signer on. So right now, Triple Win Foundation is really getting started. And to just show you real quick what that looks like, the owners right now for this multi-sig safe are myself and Mrs. Yonks. And as we're having more conversations here in February, and then definitely into March of 2022, this is something that we will definitely begin changing more, because we're going to be having a conversation tomorrow about bringing Retoken, the real estate DAO, into Triple Win Foundation. But anyway, that's just a little bit of a backstory as far as we really enjoy, not enjoy, but are intentional about best practices, find, implement, evaluate, and refine. And Gnosis Safe is considered a best practice for managing treasury. And that's one of the things that is the goal of a DAO, is to build up your treasury. So anyway, the ENS naming service, this is where we're going to do the subdomain and go into go ahead, Tyler.
Oh, so Chuck, are you clear on what we're talking about so far? I know he's going pretty fast. Do you have any questions about anything ENS, Gnosis Safe, treasury, anything we can give you more elaboration on?
No, not at this time.
Very cool.
Well, and I might be mistaken. I don't think, like looking over here, it looks like we actually don't have this ENS domain on that. So I think it's actually sitting on, and right here, this is one of the things that I do to keep track of all of our different stuff, is I use different profiles. This is actually Brave browser. It's a Google Chrome clone that's more crypto forward. Talk about that another time, but I'm going to just throw in the MetaMask password here real quick for this hot wallet for 3win.eth. And that's one of the things that we do as well, as far as the best practices, use LastPass for password management. And we have all the passwords, and we only seem to have more and more passwords, but that's another conversation for another day. So anyway, let me go here. So and again, this is like where we acquired yonks.eth on ENS domains. This is where you acquire the .eth, which is ETH Denver just happened anyway. And that's one of the books that we're going through, The Infinite Machine, which is the origin story of the Ethereum blockchain network. So here is where we're wanting to do some management for this, and going into the domain, what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to do a subdomains. And as you can see, this will be literally the very first subdomain that we're creating. This is again the first meetup group. We're really wanting to create this as a framework, and that's one of the reasons that we're being intentional about live streaming this, so that other people can potentially watch the process. And then we're again working on creating a blueprint framework to make it easier for people that would like to host similar types of meetup groups within this framework that we're building out, so you don't have to reinvent the wheel every time. But anyway, let's go ahead and click on add subdomain. And we're just going to do 3CO and save. And there will be a cost associated with this, a transaction fee. We don't have a whole lot of ETH on this account right now. Hopefully the gas isn't too high. So let's go ahead and save and see what this transaction cost will be here right now. So it's like $12 or something, not too bad. So let's go ahead and confirm that. And we're just going to wait for this transaction to complete. And here's the profile that I've got for 3CO. This is just an easy way to keep some of these hot wallets separate. And this is the hot wallet that I've got for, and a hot wallet is something like one of the best practices that Mrs. Yonks and I need to get better ourselves at, which will probably be a topic here for Q2, right around April, maybe, if we get really motivated, maybe in March. But we're wanting to get a hardware wallet, a cold wallet, which is a better practice for storing and increasing a portfolio of crypto or digital assets. So let's see, here's the password that I'm wanting. So let me just throw this in here so that we're logged in. And again, this is 3co.3win.eth, and here's the hot wallet address. And we're still waiting on this transaction to update. So going back, so it looks like it did. So we've got that in there. So one of the things that we're going to have to do here, and this is probably going to be like a 3-step process. So one of the things that let me actually get to that window. If I can find it, let's see which one this is. Let me close this out. So snapshot.org is where we're going to set up our DAO governance. And I'll bring this off screen. And let me just go to this in this tab here, snapshot.org. So this is snapshot.org. This is where a lot of decentralized autonomous organizations do their governance. And let me go ahead and connect my wallet here. And here's some of the spaces that I have joined. They show up over here on the left side. Make this a little bit bigger for everyone. So like Retoken, the real estate DAO. This is the project that Mrs. Yonks and I have garnered the most experience with, and that we are still very, very passionate about, helping be a solution for the equitable, affordable housing crisis. So we're going to be going through the process, and right click, let me go over here. I'm going to click on the little question mark right here in the very scroll down on the corner. So this is the, actually, I'm going to do this right here. Click on the little plus. So here's some different ENS domains that you can choose. Like these are ones that are assigned to my account. And this is maybe some easier workflow that they did. So it'll be fun to see what that looks like when we get this process updated. Because let me actually just put that tab in this window right here. Because this is this should look different when we and I'm going to connect the wallet. This is our hot wallet that I wanted. So I'm going to go ahead and connect that. And this is the first time connecting this wallet. So, and you can see right now the choose the ENS address. This is blank. This is when we complete some of these steps, I'm expecting that this won't be blank anymore, similar to me that has multiple ENS domains. And like here was me setting up before we acquired Mrs.Yonks.eth, we had Mrs.Yonks.eth, and that was a use case there. So anyway, let's go see where we're at with this ENS. So now we should be able to click on the details here. So we're going to update this subdomain. And what we're going to do is we're going to change the controller to this address right here, our hot wallet. So I'm going to copy that address onto my clipboard, and we're going to set the controller right now. And the controller is who can make any of the updates on the record. And actually, before I do that, I'm going to go ahead to minimize, because I've got a little bit more, I think. Let me see. I don't know how much Ethereum. I don't have any Ethereum over here. So let me see if I can get all of the stuff, because I might have to send a little bit of Ethereum over to this address here during this. But let me go ahead and set the address right now. And I might make that a final step. Let me actually do that. So I might not be able to. Anyway, so we're going to put in the address here. And let's see, scroll down. I don't think I'm going to put in any of the details here. Well, maybe I should. I think we're going to create a Twitter account for this 3-win DAO, 3CO, something like that. And I don't think I'm going to do any of the other stuff right now. And the Discord, not sure about. URL, I'm going to put in the URL for our meetup group, since this is, and that's one of the things, actually, I'm not. We're going to create a, we just literally within the last 24 hours registered 3win.club, and that we're going to use a WordPress multi-site setup where we can be at 3CO, like here, 3CO.3win.club. So this will be our URL. It doesn't exist yet, and I don't even think that I don't even know if it'll show up with anything. Yeah, so that's something that we'll put online here soon. I'm going to just put that in the chat on the what's it called, the live stream. So I think I got in all the details here, content, and this is something I don't think that we have the details quite yet on the snapshot space. We might be able to update that before. We'll see what it looks like with this address, which is our hot wallets. That's the main thing that wanted to get in here. And let's go ahead and confirm this. I don't know if we need anything else. Maybe I'll just do I can't remember if we can use an underscore on Telegram. We'll see. Not sure about the Discord. I'll just leave the Telegram out too. Anyway, let's go ahead and confirm this. And part of the reason that I was wanting to get as much details in here as possible, every time that you do an update, there's a transaction cost. And that's why some of these L2 scaling solutions like Polygon and ZK Sync, we're very optimistic and excited about ZK Sync. One of the Cryptorado organizers, Graven, is actively building a augmented reality project on ZK Sync, which is the I think the most anticipated L2 scaling solution for Ethereum. So it'll be interesting to see when that is in production. But let's go ahead and confirm this transaction. And this is where we will have to again sign a transaction. So as you can see, this transaction that we're doing here is about $12. That's the big opportunity that some of these L2 scaling solutions provide. Instead of this being $12 or $12.36, it may be 5 cents or something else nominal and not a much more expensive situation. So anyway, that will be the ENS domain. And again, a huge proponent, like while that's waiting to confirm, I'm going to actually in this tab bring open my own yonks.eth details so that you can see what that looks like. I actually have my ETH Denver Bufficorn Biddle Brigade set as my avatar here, and you can see this is the link. I'll throw this in the live stream chat so that everybody has it as well. And so I set my avatar, my PFP is the Bufficorn Diddle Brigade, got in on the pre-mint of that. I think, did you say, Tyler, that they sold out maybe even before ETH Denver was actually really fully underway?
Yeah, that's what John Poller, who is one of the main founders of ETH Denver, was saying. Was they did a pre-mint and then they said they expected to sell out, and then I don't think they, I mean, I think they sold out before the event was even over, or it was pretty early.
I wonder if I could have put this 3co.3win.eth in here and it gave me what I needed.
Speaking of ETH Denver and buff coins and all that, really interesting case in the market for the ETH Denver community has a token called Spork, and then they also have several other communities and several other tokens that are in their family. And that is a good example of something that we're going to do. So they use Colorado Jam, Bufficorn Ventures, ETH Denver, Opolis. They're all kind of sister and associated projects. And they all have their own tokens and they all have their own earnouts and teams and whatever, but the projects are functionally separate and they function with their own set of tokenomics and their own teams. So not exactly what we're trying to create here, but something similar, and a good example of how it can work out really effectively.
Yeah, and why don't you talk a little bit, Tyler, as far as like what this token that we're going to be minting today provides, like proof of contribution, proof of participation, whatever.
Yeah. So a couple of things on our first community that we tokenized, Retoken, the real estate tokenization DAO. One of the things that we really wanted to do was start creating a culture of good habits, social proof, and just kind of building some culture in a really positive ways and intentional ways. So the first thing that we did was we said, everybody's busy. People have kids and jobs and stuff and lives. And when we're asking people for their precious time, we wanted to reward them. And we wanted to do it from the beginning. We're familiar with another DAO that's been going on for months or maybe over a year, and they have not issued a token yet. And when they finally get around to issuing a token, it's going to be pretty challenging for somebody to say, hey, I did all this work and I deserve this many tokens retroactively. This kind of things turn into a dogfight. So the reason why we like to do everything tokenized from the beginning is every time you show up, you get tokens. We try to do we get a little bit behind sometimes, but we try to do the tokens pretty quickly after the meetings. We tokenize behavior that we want. So we want people to show up for our working groups, and we want people to participate in bounties, and we want people to bring ideas to the table, and we want people to execute on other people's ideas. There's all the stuff that's really positive we want to incentivize. So pretty much anything that we ask you to do, or you ask your teammates to do, or you respond to somebody else's ask, you get tokens for all that. And we tell people these tokens currently don't have any dollar equivalent value, and they're not tradable. You can't buy them, you can't sell them. That might change in the future, but it might not. So what we want to tell people is the more you put into this community, the more valuable the community becomes. That is what we're trying to build. We don't create any specific value around saying, okay, we're going to launch and these tokens are going to be worth something and, participate and this kind of thing. Partially because we want to concentrate on the value of the work and the value of the community. That the dollar stuff potentially will come up later. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But we don't want people to buy in thinking that they're going to come in, jack up value, and that kind of thing. So that's the first thing on the tokenomics. Second thing is, from a culture standpoint, it really makes people feel good. We have a girl on our team in Retoken who is fabulous, and she kind of came in out of nowhere, actually kind of a dark horse just because of her situation. She can't always talk on live streams, but she does tons of work. She's just an operations genius. And her first round, after we finally got caught up on airdrops, she was the 16th highest Retoken holder, and she shows up, she doesn't ever talk, but she just does tons and tons of work in the background. So people like that who, not necessarily somebody who's the, you know, quote star of the show, can be super valuable, get tons of credit, get tons of votes. And the nice thing about that is that because everything in tokenized projects is weighted voting, then the more work you do, the louder your voice is, the more votes you get. And if you stop doing work, somebody else can jump over you. So it's not like a founding agreement where 4 people each split 25% of a company, and then one person drops out, and then the other 3 carry it forward. But the first guy still owns 25% because that's what he owns, and that's not changeable. This is very dynamic. If you keep working, you keep getting more. But you don't. It's not like a job where you have to ask for permission to leave or whatever. If you want to drop out, drop out. If you want to come back, come back. If you want to like earn tons, there's tons. It's just very flexible, and that's what we like about it. Whatever commitment you want to make to the community, we will meet that, instead of a job where we say, hey, you must put in this much work or you don't get to participate at all. It's the almost complete polar opposite of a traditional W-2 work.
No, thanks for that. And that's one of the things that we're very, again, obviously passionate about. We really do believe that DAOs, decentralized autonomous organizations, are the future of work and organizing work. So one of the things, to get back to setting up Snapshot, is it does look like the workflow has improved compared to some of the previous spaces that have set up. So that means that it's even easier for people to create a space. And as I was expecting, I'm going to need a little bit of ETH gas to do these transactions. So I'm going to send a little bit over, and that's something that we'll get to see another example of on a window, doing from this Gnosis safe here. So let's see, we've got not a whole lot, but let's send, it looked like going back over here that this transaction, let's see what this was, confirm. So that's setting the controller on the space. So it looks like this one is 0.005. So I'm going to send like maybe 0.003 or like that 0.3. And wanted to not send a lot, but send enough where I don't have to do another transaction, because it does cost to send. And we'll actually get to see the going through the process. Let's do maybe I'll do 0.005. Let's see how far that will get us. And I'm going to put in the hot wallet address again. And let me do that in a separate tab. Oh, I'll just copy it here. So recipient and review. So, and see, here's the estimated fee price to send not a whole lot more Ethereum. So anyway, we're going to have to do what we have to do. So, and this is me signing the transaction. And right now, again, this only has one, and this is one of the things. So here's a better understanding, Tyler, as far as the parcel.money was a conversation that we had. And right now, I think that for me to sign this transaction or to initiate this transaction, it's costing me Ethereum. So we're just waiting for it to send. And one of the things that would be a little different on this, with me being the, we only have the policy set up with only the 2 signers, where you only need one of the 2. Now, obviously, that doesn't provide much value in a multi-sig. Normally, you would have like 5 signers, and then you would need like 3 people out of those 5 to say, yes, move the funds out of the multi-sig safe, the treasury wallet. But that's something that we'll be talking more about here in March or April, as we are doing more with Triple Win Foundation. So let's see if that got in the wallet here. And let's actually, I think that we just need to confirm this transaction now because we should have some funds to do that. So let's just go ahead and do the confirmation here. And this will actually set the space controller, which will create the space. So this is going to be, we'll just call this 3CO, a 3-win DAO. We'll just call it 3-win DAO meetup group. This is something that we can change later. Network. I don't know if we'll be able to actually get all of this in place. Let's actually, we've got the domain set. Let's actually go to the other step here was minting the social tokens. And let me actually bring that back into the window here, going back to these steps. So obtain an ENS domain, that's one of the things that we did. So again, as you can see, set up snapshot labs is the third step. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a step back and we're going to launch our social token. So let's go ahead. The platform that we have been using and we're going to use today is Coinvice.co. And the reason that we like Coinvice is that it doesn't cost us anything to mint a social token on Polygon. And we'll go through, I'm going to go ahead here on MetaMask. I don't even know if I've added that. So this is another thing that we're going to do today. So right now, my MetaMask only has Ethereum mainnet. So real quick, my watch just went off. We've got 10 minutes left. I'm going to set a timer here for 5 minutes and we'll see how much we can do. So I'm going to go over in another tab. Chainlist.org is a very easy way to add some additional networks to MetaMask. So we're just going to do a search here for Polygon mainnet. We're going to go ahead, connect our wallet here. And again, this is a very easy way to add an additional chain to MetaMask. So Polygon mainnet, click on that and approve that. And now when I click on my little fox guy here, you can see I'm on Polygon mainnet. I don't have any Matic right now. Matic number go up, number go down is like $1.50 to $2 per Matic. It's not a stable coin, but it's substantially less. And there's a lot of stuff being built on Polygon. So I'm going to go ahead and refresh this page here. And again, we are on Polygon, the 3CO, 3win.eth. So we're going to go ahead and create a token. And actually one thing that I'm going to do here real quick, since we've got a little extra gas, I'm going to switch this back to our ENS domain, because one of the other things that's a best practice, like for yonks.eth, I've got my reverse set, and this just makes it easier. I'm not going to go into detail as far as why, but we're going to go ahead and do that right now real quick here. Is we're going to set the reverse for 3co.3win.eth. And we've got not a lot, 0.046. Let's go ahead. The gas prices have been going down here lately. Crypto has been a little bit in a winter cycle, but see, just this one thing is like a $15 transaction and like compared to pennies on Polygon, but this functionality doesn't work on Polygon because that's a L2. So anyway, that's another conversation. We're just going to go ahead and wait for that. That transaction is initiated. And let's go back over here to Coinvice. And now we're going to create our token. So we're just going to go ahead, hop right in. Actually, before we do that, let me connect or switch it back to Polygon. And I might need to wait for this transaction here. So I'm just going to wait for this transaction to approve. So it did. And now I'm going to switch over here to Polygon and refresh this page, create token, connect our wallet. And then we will create a profile, and that's super easy. I don't even know if we need to do that right now, so we can do that later. So we're just going to do a create, launch a personal or community token. So let's see, name of this is 3CO, at 3Win DAO meetup group. And this is going to be 3CO. And just for fun here, we're going to do this in thousands. And we're going to do 5,252.80 in true mile high fashion. How does that sound, Tyler?
That sounds like a very crypto culture. We love Tuesdays, and we just had a virtual summit on 2/22/22. So we're all about the numbers.
Correct. So 3CO, a 3Win DAO meetup is what we're going to call this. And this again can't be changed. So this will exist on the blockchain forever. So the treasury, we're not going to go through the process. We'll do that in another day. So let's see, I'm going to get a screenshot of this right here just for, besides doing liking stuff on the live stream, I do love getting some screenshots, and I am a screenshot junkie. So true story. I love Snagit. That's my screenshot tool of choice. Been using that for quite a long time. But I even do most of my very rudimentary graphic design stuff in Snapshot as well. But okay, well, here we go. We're going to be minting our token right now, and this should give us 52,80,000 should give us 5,280,000 if I understand numbers correctly. So let's see, description, social token for our meetup.com group, 3CO. Let's see. I think that's all that we need. And again, the great thing about Coinvice is that it doesn't even cost any gas. Let's see if it's got everything. Oh, so only uppercase alphabets are allowed. Only uppercase, no. I thought that I minted 3Win earlier on this site, but that's kind of funny. So let's see. What should we call it here? If it didn't let us do 1 to 7 characters. This was where it was giving us a problem. Yep, only uppercase. It doesn't like the numbers anymore. So let's see. CO win like that. How do you like that one? Are you there, Tyler?
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm mute. Yeah, I like it.
CO win, it is. Maybe we should change this to CO win here. I did. Let's do this. I'm going to get a new screenshot here. Create a token. Let's see. Make it a little smaller. That looks good right there. All right. CO win, and there's no redos on this, so because because once you mint a token, it's there. You can burn it if you want, but so let's see, a social token for our meetup group. 5280, CON, create. All right, here we go. We are now minting our social token for this. So this is a signature request, and you can see that there's not any transaction cost associated with this. Again, that's one of the reasons that we love minting social tokens on Polygon, is that it's no cost and it's easy. So here is our token creating the transaction. So I will share this in the live stream and here on Zoom. So minting our token. So let's see. And we'll get the contract address here momentarily. And this is one of the things, and one of the things that we said that we will do here is 100 tokens for every hour of participation on our meetup groups. So 100 tokens for everybody here today, and we'll get the POAP and that will go out. And one of the things too that we're wanting to do, and here is our congratulations. So I'm going to get a screenshot of this because this is a monumental milestone here for us. And let me get that screenshot. And I will make note of that, copy that to the clipboard. Go ahead, Tyler.
Oh, I was going to say, I just realized that now we're going to start calling this community Cowan because that's what it looks like.
Cowan, C-O-N, whatever, maybe. Cow-in. See, that could be, we can make some Colorado cow memes. There you go, Tyler. I know you love some crypto memes.
I do love memes.
Yes. Maybe we should get cow.in, see if that domain is available.
That's really
All
funny
right.
because cows are sacred in India, so that'd be pretty funny. Anyway, not the point.
Right. So what we're going to do now here real quick is all of these tokens should exist here on this hot wallet. So I'm going to just copy that contract address. There's our token symbol, and we're going to add that custom token and import that. And as you can see, there is our supply. So I'm going to get a screenshot of that as well. So we now have 5,280,000 cow-in tokens. Fabulous.
Woo, love it.
I know, right? And one of the things too that we'll do on an upcoming meetup here, Chuck, and whether we do, we're planning on doing and this is one of the things that we'll open up some conversation about. So we created our social token. Let's actually go through, because I don't think it'll take that many more steps to finish this process of getting our space set up. So we launched our social token. We have 5280, 5,280,000 Colorado win cow-in tokens, whatever the hell they'll be called. So let's finish setting up Snapshot Labs. One of the things that we're going to do a little differently here, and this is something that I'll talk to you, Tyler, about offline, but I think that we're going to actually go through recognizing this as an unincorporated nonprofit association. And we'll have more conversations about that in the future. Tyler and I are very passionate about, as serial entrepreneurs, operating within the legal benefits of some sort of legal entity. We love the Wyoming DAO LLC. That's the fourth step here. I don't think that this will be necessary for that. We'll have more conversations about that, and you'll be excited about that because that should make this dynamic even more scalably affordable to ramp this up with. So anyway, let's finish this up here, setting up the space on Snapshot. We should be able to do that here with our symbol. So here's our symbol is CON. The network is Matic, Polygon mainnet. Right here, chain 137. And then the, let's see, what else do we have? Admins, I'm gonna add myself and Mrs. Yonks, and I will get Mrs. Yonks wallet here. Hopefully she's still logged in. I don't know if it lets us specify the whatever it's called, the ENS domain. I don't think it does. So yeah, we've been all over the place, covered a lot of ground here today. Got our social token minted, and we're getting snapshot set up. Oh, I copied the wrong thing. So let's see. This is Mrs. Yonks. Copy her wallet. Oh, and here's one for me. So at the admins, there's me. And here is Mrs. Yonks. So, and then the other thing that we need to do is add a strategy. So let's see, I think I've got everything. CON, categories, I don't know if that's required. Well, we'll just do social. Just do social. Avatar, just the asterisk stuff is required. So strategy, this is where we're gonna add the ERC20 balance of, and then the symbol is again CON, contract address over here in this tab. Um, 18, add. Okay, and we're gonna not put anything in right now. This stuff can all be changed later, so this is fine. We're gonna save this. And that's the nice thing about, oh, here, I'm gonna cancel. So I'm gonna change this CON, a 3-1 DAO meetup group. I'm gonna just, that might be long on the title. I'm gonna just make it CWin-3-1 DAO because I think will be really long. And again, this is something that we can change whenever. This isn't set in stone. Now, the smart contract that we did is set in stone. Let me do a refresh on this contract. So, and this is the, I'm going to get a screenshot of that. And I think that I linked all of that up on the live stream and stuff, but we minted 5,280,000 CON, a 3-win DAO meetup group token. And this is what our token address looks like. Here's the direct link to that for everybody. And that's something that we'll probably do later, like updating some of the social profiles and other stuff. So I think that did this get saved? I might have gotten sidetracked. So it says save. Let me open it in another window here. Close this. There we go. COWin at 3-win DAO, no members. I'm going to connect my wallet and be the first person to join this. And here is the link for that. I'm going to actually pin that on the live stream, replace the pin message. And here is the link to the Zoom or for everybody there. So this is something we don't have a proposal right now. And that's something that we'll talk more about, but we did get the DAO governance space set up here. So now this is something that we can say, hey, our meetup group is now algorithmically managed with this smart contract address right here. And as we start distributing some of these tokens, like over here on the holders tab, this is the block explorer for Polygon, Matic. And as you can see right now, the token supply is owned entirely by the hot wallet. And as we create a multi-sig wallet, we can transfer that to incorporate some best practices here within this DAO. And as we mentioned, we love doing a proof of participation, proof of contribution dynamic for the meetup group. And we'll be sending out 100 tokens for this today. So great job, everybody. We got through, accomplished what we wanted to, and we kept it within Mrs. Yonk's, Tyler's time frame with a few minutes. But I'm going to stop talking and let anybody else chime in some final thoughts before we bring our third meetup group to a wrap here today.
Congratulations. It's so exciting. Chuck, what did you think?
I thought it was awesome. Congratulations, first off. And it's a first huge major milestone. So, yeah, I mean, I feel your guys' passion, and I think we all have different passions in different arenas that can all kind of fit into the same different communities. So, I'm looking to help out and do anything I can, and hope vice versa, and as much synergy can be built as possible.
And we're looking forward, Chuck. I see you rocking out the green healthy house here. That's something that we're also very passionate about. I think I even have like the domain green.coop. We're huge cooperative fans. So looking forward to bringing more green things to Colorado. And we do have a governor that's wanting to bring more solar energy, and we can talk more about that another time. But welcome to our meetup group, Chuck. This was a fire hose today, but that's one of the reasons that we have it now available on the YouTube, so that anybody that would like, because again, like the process was slightly different. It was actually easier today to create a space than it was previously. So kudos to the Snapshot team. And I mean, because I literally just created a space within the last 4 to 8 weeks for Token Summit DAO. So this is just an improvement that they've made. And to provide some quantification here, like going to snapshot.org, 5.2 thousand spaces. When Tyler and I launched Retoken and set up Retoken on this, there was like, I think it was 1.23K. So has increased by 4,000 spaces just since July of 2021. So what is that, like 8 or 9 months or whatever that time frame is. So lots of opportunity, and you can see why. It's a fairly easy process, and if you do it right, it's a very low cost dynamic, and it provides a lot of creativity and functionality for proof of community. I mean, it's just a more fun way to organize community, in our opinion. And this is this 3CO, well, I guess it's CON, so it's a slight rebranding strategy because we couldn't do the social token there, but that's something, another conversation. I did too, and like that's one of the things. The triple win is we love creating a win-win-win situation. And that's one of the things, like public benefit corporations are for-profit organizations. That's another business entity as serial entrepreneurs that we are a fan of. Public benefit corporations, instead of the fiduciary responsibility being the one thing that the board is responsible for, a public benefit corporation or a B Corp has to look at the beneficial aspects to social and environment and all of the other things. But anyway, we have a stop here in a few minutes, as Mrs. Yonk said before we started, but any other final thoughts here before we call it a wrap here today?
I think this is just so exciting to tell people whatever project you want to bring to the table, this is how fast you can do it. And now it's done. And now we're off to the races. We're minting tokens. We can immediately reward people. Mark Cuban had something interesting to say about this. He said the whole future of blockchain and crypto and all this is the speed that stuff can happen. He said, if a business opportunity comes up for me on Saturday afternoon, he said, I've got a pretty good relationship with my bankers. I'm Mark Cuban. I still can't always get a hold of them on a Saturday. And even if I can, nothing's going to happen until Monday morning anyway. And with DeFi, if something happens Saturday at 2 o'clock, I can be in business Saturday at 2:01 and we're going. So I think this is such a cool example of billionaires who have access to all the capital that they need still think this is a great opportunity. And people that have no access to capital of any kind have such an opportunity. So this is kind of my We Are the World moment.
I'll sing it.
Well, I did upload, and I just noticed I'm going to have to update the logo, but I did update gave us a nice little Colorado logo on our snapshot space that we just created here within the last hour. But again, loved hanging out here with you today, Chuck, and looking forward to having more conversations with you in the future.
Absolutely. You too, guys. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. Come back. We'll see you next time.
Will do. Bye.
All right. Have a great weekend.
Okay, thanks. Bye.